Hey, it's Friday afternoon, and I'm going to share me being me. Okay, so I got put out on leave because my job sent me to get a physical, and, I told the doctor there what was going on with me, so he put me out, which is okay. I'm burning a lot of old stuff. Because, see, it's giving me time to do stuff I need to do and just be me. And I just want to share something. Simple. I don't know. It's about healing, transformation, manifestation, whatever you want to call it. But I just want to share what I've been going through for the last couple of days. Um, Trusting and having faith, really paying attention to what's being shown to me and listening and just being me is, I guess, the best thing. But so this morning I got up and I was going to go do some things. But I got up and I asked myself, what am I supposed to do today? And chose to listen, and I went to my restaurant, which I wasn't going to go. I was going to fix breakfast myself, but something just said go. So I listened, which was a blessing. So I got there and I shared my little story about the rain and what happened yesterday, um and the lady said to me, she says, "You just giving me goosebumps and chills." And the first thing they said was, "Be careful that you might lose your job," because I'm having issues with um, getting the disability form filled out from the people who put me out of work yesterday, from the day before. And I'm like, I just kept saying to myself, I need to trust this whole thing. I need to, because the day before I heard, follow through with this. Just allow the process to happen. And I'm like, all right. My fear of not having money coming in was the biggest thing, or around that, I should say. Because I still got to pay my rent, still got to, buy groceries, buy dog food, just pay electricity before it gets turned off in a couple of weeks, so on and so forth. And it kept reminding me, I kept feeling this remembrance of how everything's always worked out some way or another for me, and financially, and I said, okay, give me a way to create, this, whatever this is for me, to show me what I'm supposed to do. So the two waitresses came up to me and they said, "Oh, be careful, um, this and that. You might lose your job because of all this. If I don't," it was just fear. And I looked at them and I looked at myself. I just listened and was like, I'm not going into that fear. And I was like, I'm not worried about that. I says, but I'm already taken care of because I had filed for FMLA. I just know it's all going to be taken care of, is what I felt. But I also wasn't going to go in that fear and that concern. That energy of fear and doubt, and maybe by me saying this to people, I don't know why I'm sharing this, will help somebody else out there who's going through things. Because I reflected back on all the times I went into the fear and how long it took me to get out of the fear and doubt, and because somebody said something like that to me, like, oh, be careful, you might get fired, or this and that. And what I got when that was said was, I'll be okay no matter what, because I just have to trust in the process, that everything I'm doing is what's supposed to be doing. There's a purpose behind this. And I'm like, okay, trust and have faith. So I left there, And I was intending on going to do something. You know, I had a good breakfast and was going to go out and try to make some money or try to do some stuff. And I saw an email saying the stuff for the disability. So I had to go to the library and have it printed out. So I went and did that. And printed it out. And something said to go to the place that put me out of work. And I'm like, okay. I handed all the paperwork to her. And she said, well, her company's not authorized to do that. I said, well, you're the one who put me out. And I wasn't going to argue with her. I just said, okay, do what you can. She says she was going to call corporate for her. And I told her I'd go talk to my doctors, because they were waiting for information from my doctors. And I was like, okay. It's, trust is what I kept hearing. I just left there and I said I was going to go to my doctor, one of my doctors, the cardiologist. And I gave them all the information too, on top of what. So with doing that, I was like, I went to the cardiologist. I just kept saying to myself, here's the words I kept saying to me: how much better can this be for me? How much better can this get for me? Okay? And I was just saying that, just trusting myself and repeating those words. And also confirming it with myself that this is going to be better than I ever can imagine. And one of the things I got while doing this, and this is an important thing I got from myself, I'm going to share with you, is I was processing this stuff and just breathing in and just letting go. I saw how I limited myself to the way my income was coming into me, for me. It was like I had to have this job, I had to make sure my job was secured, I wouldn't lose it and lose my income. And I was like, Lord, thank you for this experience. I said, because you just now showed me how I was limiting myself and the source of income coming into me and how much money I was going to receive. And I said, okay, so now I'm driving around doing what I need to do. I'm still doing my paperwork, still doing what I need to do for that, just keeping the source there. But I realized how I had limited myself to only one source, is that job. Instead of having, instead of looking at the true source of the universe, Divine Mother, Divine Father, God, whatever you choose it to be. Because everybody has different sources, beliefs, source. I believe God and the universe are, work together with it. And it was like letting me know to open my way up to receive the abundance any way it needs to come, or it's coming. Because I deserve abundance. I deserve where I don't have to worry about how I'm going to pay my bills, or if I'm going to have food next week to eat, or how I'm going to get dog food, or how am I going to do something, And you know what? And the reason I'm saying it this way, because I know there's a lot of people in this world right now that are having these issues. And I personally, this is for me, I believe I'm opening up to receive a new way of, a large source of income coming in me, or a new way of living. Because I realized that I was not fully living. Because I was so fixated on the only one way an income can come into me. Or how, and how much, and You know, because as I'm reading my friend's Facebook page, and I keep wanting to tell them, like one person says, oh, it's just going to get worse for me now. And I'm like, well, that's how you choose it to be. See, I choose this to be better. I still don't have, I got $10, I think I got $15 in my name right now. But tomorrow I'm going to have a yard sale, and hopefully I'll sell a bunch of the stuff I need to get rid of. And that's kind of why I'm burning this stuff right now, is because I need to get rid of a bunch of stuff. I've been carrying around a lot of old stuff that I don't need. Like this is old tax papers and things back to 1994, 93. So I'm going through all my paperwork, and I'm not going to be burning it because I don't need it, you know. And it opens up room for more things to come to me. And the old way of thinking of how things, an old way of being, how things should be bleh, how things were in the past. So I'm letting all this go. And also I'm burning what I got water burning rolling all around the tub while this is burning. So, and it basically gave me an aha today. Is to open up to receive a new source of income, or any way it'll come to me. And the same thing with love. Because like yesterday I was standing here looking around, look at the beautiful leaves, and looking around at the Mother Earth and the sky and the beautiful everything around here. How I lived in a hotel for 2 years, and now look where I'm at. Because I opened and I received and I trusted. And I had faith. Didn't know how it was going to come to me. Didn't know how it was going to happen. But I manifested it. I manifested this. Had my sunflower garden that I wanted. And there's a hawk living right up here. So all the time I come out of here, I get hawk. The other day I saw deers. So this is what I manifested. And a birdie just flew right next to me. And we got chickens. But here's the thing. I'm allowing and focusing on what is allowed and opening myself up. So I decided to go to Lowe's to see about getting sticks to make my yard sale sign. This is how manifestation happens sometimes for people. I envisioned these sticks about 4 feet high, kind of, right? So I can make taller signs so everybody can see it, because the signs I got, and here's the funny thing is I bought a smaller version of it from Walmart, and it cost me almost $2 or $3 more than what Lowe's did, and it was exactly what I wanted. Before I even walked in, I said, okay, envision this 4-foot stick to put in the ground. So I'm kind of like walking around trying to find it and just looking up at the signs like, okay, where I'm going. And this guy comes up who works there, says, how can I help you? I said, I'm looking for yard sale sign sticks. He says, oh, right down this aisle. I was right in front of it too. It was kind of funny. I said, thank you, Lord. I'm open. And sure enough, it was the perfect size stick, and it was $1.98 a piece. So I was like, okay, got enough money for that. We got my yard sale poster signs and made them. So now they're 4 feet high. So that means everybody driving down the highway can see it, versus this 2-foot high one. And I was like, wow, that's how manifestation works. And see, that's what I'm doing about this whole work thing. Because when I got home, I know very clearly, I got my doctor's appointment on Wednesday. He'll probably sign the paperwork for me if I need to. And, because see what I kept saying to people, it ain't about, it's about getting paid. You know, I still want to receive my money. And so, now I got 2 people working on filling out the paperwork so I can get paid while I'm out. doing the things I need to do. Because whatever reason, he wants me not be, God is taking me out of this job for a reason. I don't know what it is, but it is happening the way he wants it to happen. And then when I got home, I was like, what am I supposed to do? You know? And then I hear this voice in my head saying, call my union, call these people. So I called and told them what was going on. They told me to call my work. I told my work what was going on. And here's the cool thing. They're aware of it. Then the one safety manager got onto the phone. And he said to me, he says, well, not much, don't worry about your job. Your job is going to be secured. He gave me ideas what to do. I was like, okay, thank you. But his biggest thing is he likes me. But he likes me for one particular reason. Because I be me. He knows my integrity. I said to him, I could have lied to the doctor at the physical. He says, yeah, you could have. I could have not told him all this stuff, knowing what I know. He says, yeah, you could have. He says, but that's not you. I said, nope. Not my integrity. See, that's the whole thing about me is I had people tell me, well, you shouldn't have said all the stuff you said to that doctor because he probably, and I said, no, I got to keep my integrity, my belief, my integrity in me. Because I could have just easily walked in and said nothing's wrong and keep going. But see, here's the liability about it. If something did happen, I could get in trouble. So I was like, nope. I'm not going to cover anything. I'm going to tell them what's going on and let things go down the path they need to go down. So that's what happened. And I was telling him that. And he says, and this is his favorite word to me. He says it's constantly in me. And it kind of brings tears to my eyes. Kind of makes me feel joyous. Kind of makes me feel like confirmation. He says, you keep being you. And I was like, okay, I'll keep being me. There's nothing more I can do. And I got off the phone. And this is me being me, is talking about this stuff and sharing it with people. See, so many people get caught. I see this, because I'm an empath. I see things and I just, I get in my own way sometimes because I get caught up with stuff. But I'm learning to really in tune with myself, but allow people to really see me. For the longest time, I didn't let people see me or hear me. And now I'm sharing this with you and with the world. Because it makes me feel good because I've been sharing some of this stuff with people and people are like, oh, thank you so much because you just gave me chills. You reminded me that Lord does do things, miracles happen. And right now in this time in the world, this is what I see, that I sense and feel this is what we need. And this whole thing is, I may be out of work until October 12th. And the finances, I am trusting in the Lord and divine that money will come to me some way or another. So I can pay my rent, so I can pay my electricity, so I can pay my water, so I can take care of things. And I just trust and believe. I don't know how, but I trust and believe. And I'm being me. I'm going to walk my path, and now I'm actually coming out into the world so people actually see me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm so nervous about this. But I hope I touch somebody out here in some way or another. if your life is in an uproar, on how to change your life from being in an uproar. Because I've lived in the hotels twice, and somehow or another, I paid for 2 years each time for me to live in a hotel. And that's God trusting in universe. And I went through my fears, and I went through all this, uh, the energies of fear, which I started to realize. That's why when these people talked this morning, I stopped myself from going into that energy, because I saw how it blocked me from really receiving. And the begging, like begging for money, I see, and it's like the young lady who said yesterday to me, she said, I don't have to beg for money, it's just coming to me. And she was having her, I gave her a message 2 weeks ago, or 2.5 weeks ago. And when I shared what was going on, it's like she shared back with me. She says, that day you told me not to stress about it, to give it to the Lord, to pray about it, and just surrender everything to Him. And she came and told me yesterday that how by doing that, everything's come to her easily. And it was simple words I said to her and I don't know who she is and know nothing about her life. I just called her over. And that's what I'm feeling like right now when I'm doing this right now. So I'm calling you over and telling whoever it is who needs to hear this. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm guided to say right now. Plus, I gotta go get some more matches to finish burning this stuff. Um, and that's the other thing about getting rid of stuff. I'm going to talk about that another time. But today is about my aha moment of how to trust and let go and not go into the fear and the worries. And when it does pop up, I just take a deep breath in and breathe out. And just listen. Because He's going to guide me. The universe is going to guide me. Messages are going to come to me. And not only that, it was so interesting because I got kind of like it's a confirmation to me. The receipt from when I was out 3.5 weeks ago, about the money and how it was paid to me. And it was like a confirmation when I got home, when I opened up that in the mail, that it'll all be okay. Whether it comes from the short-term disability or I will receive the volume of money I need or desire, it will come to me. Don't know how, but it will. So blessings to all of you, and thank you for listening. And share your comments and share this with somebody, because somebody out there that you may know may need this. Amen. God bless you all. Have a great day. And always say something kind to somebody and make somebody's day. That's my goal every day, is I try to make somebody smile, make somebody laugh, make somebody feel joy. Even when I'm not feeling it, sometimes I try to do it. Have a great day. Thanks.